Peace, this is Doug. I've got my circuit rhythm here, and I just want to show you a workaround that lets you set up and use scales. The setup is really simple. You choose a pattern. I'm going to use pattern 4 for this. You go to the note page and you enter your scale as a sequence, notes on every step. I've already entered mine, so I'll mute the other tracks so that you can hear it. It's just a F sharp minor. So you just put whatever scale that you want in your pattern. Now, if I'm on the sample or the note pages, what's going to happen if I hit one of these steps is I'll delete it. So I need to be on the velocity or the gate page. On these pages, if I hit a step in a sequence, I'll play it. And that's because these pages are for editing steps. They're intended to let you preview how the changes you've made to a step will sound. And that's pretty cool on its own. I can play this over the rest of the sequence. I can resample that, but I can also record into a new pattern from this pattern. So I'm going to unmute everything else and mute this track. For this to work, your track has to be muted. If you think you set it up right and it's not working, this is probably why. Make sure your track is muted. Next, I'm going to go into pattern view. I'm going to engage view lock. What this is going to do is keep me on this pattern when I go back to the step sequencer, even after I choose these two patterns. These are the patterns that I'm going to record into. Also, be mindful of the length of your patterns. I've already set up these two to be 32 steps so that they'll line up with everything else. Anyway, I'm going to go back into my pattern, and this isn't one of the steps, but you should do it anyway. You're going to want to save. It's just a good practice. Before I touch any of these steps, I'm going to make sure that I'm on the velocity page. Again, if I hit a step from the note page, I'll delete it. And if I do that, I'll wish I had just saved. Next, I'm going to play the pattern before I record anything. What I'm doing besides getting my timing right is making sure that I don't see the playhead moving. I want to see this pattern, but I don't want to record into it. It's effectively my keyboard. And then I'll record. And when I'm done and I want to hear it, I can just unmute the track and play it back. And there it is. Also, if I want to use this scale on more than one track, all I have to do is just duplicate it. So I'm not sure why this works exactly. I got the idea from an old Ricky Tinez video where he used one pattern to record chords into another on the OG circuit. So I think it's just like old behavior for these. As far as I can tell, this only works for notes and velocity. So if you were going to try to do something like set up a scale and then lock different samples as the notes got higher to get like a multi-sample thing going, it isn't going to record that. What it'll leave you with is the last sample that was triggered. But like I said, it does work with velocity. So if you want, you can set up, steps with 16 levels of velocity and record from that. So I did that over here just for fun. But that seems like more trouble than it's worth. Anyway, I'll have some more in-depth circuit rhythm stuff down the line, but I just wanted to share this real quick. Peace.